Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. In today's video, we're going to go over all the news today, the things that stood out to me for My Rise and my faction. Let's start off with My Rise. It looks like there's going to be two different modes, one for the ladies and one for the men. The ladies' story mode is called Legacy, which is really cool because it starts off with your aunt back in the Attitude Era, and you're basically, the legacy of your aunt, and then your story starts there. There's a YouTuber that has the first hour of the women's My Rise. I'll have a link to that down below. And then the men's, it's called The Lock, which is your crappy gimmick they give you. Like, they're kind of poking fun at how when you go to the WWE, they usually give you a stupid gimmick that you have to try to get over, or at least they used to. I don't know if that's as prevalent as it was before, because creative, no matter what, they have to give you a certain name, because this is how the WWE Universe is going to see you at first. Unless, of course, you're some super crazy talent like Brock Lesnar, where you just get to use your name because you're so quote-unquote talented. But so that's pretty funny. You're stuck as The Lock to start the men's story mode. It sounds like you will be able to import and export wrestlers to that mode, to My Rise, which is awesome, because that was my biggest complaint with last year's, is if you make a character, you spend hours, if you're like me, you spend hours, sometimes days, perfecting your wrestler, and then you go to use them in that mode, in My Rise, and all of a sudden, oh sorry, you have to start from scratch. It's like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Unfortunately, you'll be stuck as the Lock for the men's. I didn't see much of the women's story mode. I just saw the beginning where you're playing as your aunt. So I don't know if you're locked in a certain gimmick at the beginning of that. But yeah, so hopefully really quick you'll be able to switch to the character model that you customize. What's really cool about My Rise is, like I said, you can export the characters too. So some players that just go right into My Rise because they like the career mode the best and make a super awesome character, they could take that character as they evolve it throughout that mode and then export the character into other modes. That way it's not just stuck in there like last year. That kind of sucked. There's going to be a couple exclusive match types. Other YouTubers and Twitter didn't really specify, but if you watch that opening cutscene where he's trying to put Sami Zayn in the giant safe, that's probably a match type that would be a fun match type. Lock him in the safe and you win. It's kind of like a casket match, put a safe instead. So that's pretty cool. So it didn't say what other match types would be exclusive or what match types would be exclusive to that mode. And you'd also unlock other characters in My Rise. So it sounds like they'll have Triple H's old gimmick, Paul Levesque, like his first gimmick he had when he wrestled the Ultimate Warrior, where he's all like prim and proper. I love that old gimmick. It was hilarious. It looks like Molly Holly will have her Super Molly Holly in that mode, or at least in the game. And now we're over to my most disliked mode, and that is My Faction mode. So there's a trailer that went up for it. I'll play the trailer for you and then we'll discuss. So according to all the news that came out today, there's a little image graph that has a description of it. It's going to have locked attires in that mode that you can't use in the other game. So it's basically a separate game within a game. It's going to have certain locked versions of wrestlers in that mode to make it special, which is bullcrap. So watch them put the Fiend in there, and you won't be able to use the Fiend in the main game. That'll piss off a lot of players. So hopefully they they don't put him in it, because if they put him in my faction and not other modes, they're really gonna anger the audience. But I'm guessing, like in the last game, modders will figure it out and post it to community creations. But it's just such a tone-deaf thing. Any and all things that are available in my faction, and that's a way to get people to play it and spend money on it. is all those wrestlers and attires that you earn in that mode should be available in the base game. I would play it if you could do that, but no, it's just a money pit. You waste your money. The next game comes out, and all your time and effort spent getting those cards and money, if you spend money, I didn't spend any money on it, is gone with the next game. So it's only useful for like a year. So it's a huge, like, any smart person wouldn't touch that mode with actual money anyway. The only reason I played it in the last game is because I was trying to get the platinum, and I did. Go check out my video. If it's going to have online with other players, it showed quick match and stuff like that. I'm guessing whatever you have set up in your card deck is who it'll pick for the quick match. But yeah, that's pretty much all the information that interested me today. Tomorrow it's going to have the Universe mode and I think GM mode, I think tomorrow. Don't quote me on that. But definitely Universe mode. And Universe mode is the mode that I am the most interested in because it's been broken for a very long time. It's very buggy, it always crashes, and for the last few games, when I started a YouTube channel during the pandemic, and I wanted to make a weekly show with all my characters mixed with real wrestlers, and it would crash during recording almost every single time, and I had to start completely over, because if you record via the PlayStation, it crashes and goes to dashboard, it doesn't save the video. It just stops recording and deletes the video. So you'd lose half an hour, 40 minutes of record time, and you're like, ah. So I'll be using an external device this year just to be safe. But the whole original goal of this channel was to cover wrestling games and have a weekly wrestling show using the games with my characters and try to book it like a real show and have fun with it. Get my characters over. If the channel got big enough and the characters got popular enough, I would love to make like action figures, put them on t-shirts, all that kind of stuff, because I love my characters. I don't know what the rest, everybody has their own thing, right? But I love my characters enough to where I would make toys, t-shirts, merch, everything. And then hopefully make a lot of money off of that and live off that and quit my crappy physical labor job. Anyway, these are just one man's thoughts. Sorry for rambling there at the end. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me. I know I'm not the first guy to get all this information out there. I just try to give my 2 cents worth. Hopefully the channel gets big enough to where I get invited, little old me, to cover the game and stuff like that. That would be awesome. Stick around, and I'll give my honest thoughts about the games. They're not perfect, but they've come a long way. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. Stay frosty. Or fluffy. Damn it, Ryan.